And this one isn't about education or it's not about um, physical health, so more of those will be coming. This is more so about my spiritual health and my journey. Just this past Sunday, I was gifted this devotional. Isn't it beautiful? Jesus Calling. Shout out to Kindred Hope. Um, but yeah, I was gifted this devotional, and for July 9th and 10th, I just wanted to share this. I wanted to share this because this has been a consistent theme in my life in the past years. And I could turn on YouTube and I'll hear things about the same thing, and I'm like, okay, get this in your mind. This is for you, you know. And I just realized though, even though these messages are for me, what's left is for me to apply it. Because that's what wisdom does, right? You don't just hear, you actually apply. And I would say do, which is relevant, but I'm specifically not wanting to say that because this is more about rest and just being, right? Um, so I'm not gonna read it all, but just sharing some of the insights of the Jesus Calling devotional from July 9th and July 10th. She says, "Stop worrying long enough to hear my voice. I continually operate in a place of super anxiety." So I just want to say that. I speak softly to you in the depths of your being. Your mind shuttles back and forth, hither and yon, weaving webs of anxious confusion. As my thoughts rise up within you, they become entangled in those sticky webs of worry. Thus, my voice is muffled, and you hear only white noise. And she says more, but then she references Deuteronomy 30:20. It says, "And that you may and that you may love the Lord your God, listen to his voice and hold fast to him. For the Lord is your life, and he will give you many years in the land he swore to give to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." That that specific verse is speaking to the Israelites, but just saying that was a verse reference to what she shared. Then, July 10th, today, relax in my peaceful presence. Do not bring performance pressures into our sacred space of communion. Let me tell you something. That's exactly what I need to hear. Performance pressures. Hello. Hi. um, I just don't post often, as often as I should. The thought will come to my mind, and then I'll get busy. Which is why these devotionals are so relevant. Um, because I really want to be an encouragement and share the encouragement that I receive, and I don't because I just continue on with my day. So this morning I'm pausing to reflect for myself, but also to share what I've been learning with someone else who may help. But then she says, when you are with someone you trust completely, you feel free to be yourself. And then one of the verses that she shares is Thessalonians 3:16. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace always in every way. The Lord be with you all. So again, I'm just sharing specific aspects of the devotionals that really what I knew were for me. Because as much as I know I need to sit quietly, I know I need to meditate, I know I need to take time to rest my mind. I know when I have ideas, I need to take time to stop, write them down, think about it, reflect, pray. I don't. I get super anxious about the next thing. What's next? What's next? What did I forget? How do I need to do this? And I am being constantly reminded to rest. And that's just so hard in a society where you gotta perform, perform, perform. But I would say especially when you have health issues that already slow you down in comparison to other people. And I know we shouldn't compare ourselves with other people. I know. But I do because I don't live in isolation, right? I live in a society amongst a village, a group of people. I work with people. And so we just can't go as slow as we want. I mean, I don't live off grid. I don't, make the rules of this society. And so it's just hard in a relationship with God to also not bring that same energy, that same mindset, that same framework of relationship. You got to produce and do and show that I'm worthy and show that I have value. When God is like, I made you. I know you have value. You made in my image. Like, what are we talking about? I gave you the value that you are thinking that you have to work for. And you're my daughter. And there's nothing that can make someone less your child or more your child. They're just your child, for better or for worse. So just sharing that, and it's so interesting because I know I've shared this already on this platform, but I wrote a devotional, right? And literally, these devotionals that I've been reading are taking me right back to that just wasn't a time and place that you did that. And so that devotional being While I Wait, and it's a meditative devotional. And the whole point was to sit and learn to listen to the Holy Spirit's voice and know God's voice and not be afraid, you know. Um, and so I'm seeing what someone else is saying about the devil and tricking everyone. Um, Interestingly enough, I definitely have been having dreams about the end of days, but that is not something I want to necessarily go into on this particular live, but I have. So it definitely has been a continual warning for me and to me to really be vigilant, be mindful, prayerful. Um, and so that is very much so true. Yeah, but I definitely hope that we, as much as we're listening to other people's voices, and there's a number of beautiful, powerful, impactful, truthful things on the internet, there are definitely things that are harmful and demonic and distracting. And so I hope that we will be very vigilant and even diligent in our own relationship with the Lord to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. And even Sunday, at Kindred Hope, actually, the message was about the Mary and Martha syndrome. So even with that, I'm like, it's a continual reminder. Like, you can do all these things, and they can be good things. They could be fun things. They don't have to be sinful things. Martha was being hospitable, doing what they do in their culture when they're going to have guests. No one would have looked at what she was doing and say, Martha, why are you preparing for guests? No, that's what you're supposed to do. And yet Jesus' response to her in love was, you're anxious and burdened about many things, but Mary has chosen the better thing. Um, so anyway, it's definitely been a consistent line of thought for me to be mindful of, and I know that's my personal walk, right? So that's why this is not something that this is what the Lord is telling you today. It's not just that, but just sharing, listening to the voice when He is telling you what is for you and doing it, whatever that is. Doing it, being it, existing in it, accepting it, receiving it, thinking on it, meditating on it, and allowing the Lord to guide you, our good shepherd. So that's it for me. I hope everyone has a restful day, thoughtful day, a meditative day, and may the Lord be your strength today while you wait on Him for whatever that is.